For our next real one, would my next Atlanta king come on in, get down on a knee and give a ring, if it leads to that, of course. No, come on in. Oh no, I was ready for you. Oh, he got a few jokes. Oh, come on in. How you doing?
Good.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. Step in a little more for me. Would you share with us your name, your age, and what you do?
I am. My name is John Lowe. I'm a retired teacher. Now I do book narrations, and I'm over 50.
Very good. Okay. Would you share with these queens what makes you a real one?
A real.
That wasn't them.
Okay.
That wasn't them.
I don't think it's for me to decide. I think it's for you ladies to decide if I'm the real one, right? That's the reason you're here, right?
Well, what would you say makes you a catch, though? What makes you someone that's even here today?
Well, I do know how to be in a relationship. I was married for 20 years. Mm-hmm. So my wife and my son live down in Florida. So they're not very close, but close enough to keep in touch with each other. Okay. So that's all good. So I've been trained, I guess, you could say.
Very good. Okay. What are you looking for in a lovely lady and a real one?
That's always something hard to put a finger on. I think, once you go on a 1 to 3 dates, then you can figure out whether you're actually compatible, what you like with each other, what's going on. You talk a lot, you figure out what's going on. Obviously there should be some physical attraction. If you think the person's not physically attractive, you're obviously not going to do things with them. That's called a friend, not a relationship, right? Obviously also you about their mind. You should have something in there, and then also about your spirit. So you should have something in there. It doesn't have to be 10 across the boards. No one is 10s across the boards, but it should be compatible.
We got pretty close though. These are, in my eyes, 10s pretty close. Okay. Now it hasn't happened to you, but in relationships there are heartbreakers, deal breakers, red flags. What are some things you're not going to tolerate?
If you weren't born a woman, you should pop your balloon now. So
these are natural queens. We wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah, so that's not something that would definitely be a deal breaker for me.
Okay.
Let's see what else is a deal breaker for me. If you don't like the fact that I'm still friends with my ex-wife, not best friends or anything, but we're still friends. My son and her come up for Thanksgiving or Christmas, not both, for holidays and stuff like that. So they're still my family. I was married for 20 years. So they're always going to be in my life somewhat. If you don't like that, you probably should pop your balloon.
Okay. I'm excited to discuss that. Any others, or is that the primary?
That's about it.
Okay. For the fun of it, what do you like to do for fun?
Well, I like to volunteer a lot. I volunteer for good causes, but I also volunteer for beer and wine fests, comic book conventions, anime conventions. I like to keep myself busy, especially on the weekends when I'm not working and doing stuff. Although now that I'm doing book narrations and retired from teaching, I can do the book narrations anytime I want, really. It's just a matter of deadline. Usually it's about a month or 6 weeks, and I just got to figure out time in there to get it done. So
beautiful. Okay. When you speak, make sure you keep mic to chin.
Sorry.
I know I'm the same way, but I got to keep it here. All right. Very good. All right. Well, we thank you for sharing that with us. We did get one broken heart, so you're still looking pretty good. Let's take a step forward, though, and figure out what happened with this lovely lady. Name, age, why you broke your heart.
Yes. Hello. My name is Jaya.
Jaya.
I'm 51 years old, and I really love that you are friends with your ex, because I'm friends with my ex. We're co-parenting very well, so that's very important, especially if there are children involved. So I like that. But I am also, I am big in the LGBTQ community.
Okay.
Was born a woman, but I have friends that were not. And I'm big with my friends, and I just don't want any uncomfortable, situations when I'm around my friends. I don't want to have to explain, pronouns, and things like that. If you're not comfortable with, I guess, trans people in general.
Oh, I'm not comfortable, not uncomfortable with trans people. I have friends that are trans people. Okay. I go to the Atlanta Eagle lots of times before I moved. I've been there since then. I have no problem being in a totally gay club. That doesn't bother me at all.
Okay.
I just don't want to date someone who's
that's a relationship.
Yeah. No, that's understood.
Yeah.
But that's why I broke my balloon.
Yeah.
So.
Since he clarified, but you're content with your heartbreak?
I'm content, yes.
Okay.
Also, the height thing is.
Okay. I was going to ask, could he be your type?
Yes, best for the height, probably not.
Okay. If he was a little taller?
I am short.
It's like maybe.
Short kings get the W. You've seen that episode, friends. You've seen that episode. Okay. Is she someone that's your type?
Again, until you get to 1 to 3 dates, it's kind of hard to tell someone's your type. Physically, she's attractive.
Yes. So when we ask that question, we're just talking about the aesthetic as you see, some of the things they may say. But very good. Thank you for that. Oh, okay. Let's take a step forward. We just got a fresh heartbreak. Name, age, and why you broke it.
Linda Husser, 61. Because I broke it because you don't seem to know what you want. He asked a very direct question, and it's like, until we go on 1 to 3 dates, we won't know. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to change how you are, but that just lets me know that I can see us at a restaurant and I'm like, oh, so what do you want? Oh, what do you want? What do you want? What? No, at some point you got to know what you want.
At a restaurant, I would order from the menu. I'd know what I want. But
Oh, okay.
If he seemed more content on what he wanted, could he be your type?
No,
Okay. Why not?
because honestly, the height. But I wasn't going to lead with that.
Okay. No, that's fine. You have.
I wanted to give him a chance.
Okay.
But then it's the wishy-washy that's kind of.
Okay. Okay. Could she be someone that's your type?
no.
Okay. Why not?
Demeanor.
Okay. Okay.
I just don't get the correct demeanor from her.
Okay, understood. Let's take a step back. You still have 3 hearts remaining. Okay, so you're still looking pretty good. All right, so they want to get to know a little bit more about you, I'm sure. Let's go for some of these direct questions. You said you've been married before. Would you want to get married again?
I mean, you have to find the right person before you get married. I think some people try to put the cart before the horse, and I think that's wrong.
Yeah. So if it was a real one,
If you
everything's
find the
checking
right
off.
person, everything's checking off. Yes, I'll get married again.
Okay. Okay. I do have to ask this because some of you know about this one special guest. Do you want to have more children?
I think that's more of a woman issue. I think it might become more of a problem with an older woman. My ex-wife is 8 years older than I am.
Okay.
But to be perfectly honest, since I've been in Georgia, all the girls I've dated have been younger than me.
Okay. Okay. That's always a good question. Let's take it on down and figure out what happened downtown. Let's go to this lovely lady. Name, age, why you broke your heart.
Hi, my name is Carlita. I'm 59. I love kids. We can always adopt. You're just making it seem that kids are out the question. So, I mean, you're
That's what I said, but okay.
somewhat.
Well, I think I'm saying biological. Do you want to have more children of your own?
I have no problem having more children of my own.
Okay, well, you're
if
saying
the
it's up
woman
to-
is physically capable and
Right.
also, which is sometimes if you date an older woman, they may not be able to have their
Okay.
own kids.
So I think he's saying, if do you want more children, Carl?
Well, I can't have any, but sure, why not?
Okay. Okay. Could he be your type?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Is she someone that's your type?
Yeah.
All right. Man, it could have been. But let's take a step forward to this lovely lady. Name, age, why you broke your heart.
I'm Juanita. I'm 65, and I don't want any more children, but you didn't necessarily say you don't want any either.
Yeah, I
You
did
got
kind
your
of.
20. Yeah, that's kind of way I took that.
Yeah.
And then I really wanted your age.
What is that?
Okay. A little bit older.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Could he be your type though, if other things had worked?
He could have been, yeah.
Okay. Is she someone that's your type aesthetically?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's take a step back because you do have 1 heart remaining. You have 1 queen left in this world of real ones. Now, I don't want to rush anything, but I do want to establish some things. So tell us your name, your age, and why you still have a heart.
My name is Esther EJ. I'm 62, and I still have a heart because he seems like a nice guy, had a nice personality. I enjoyed hearing this conversation. So,
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Do you have an essential question for her?
An essential question. If you had to plan the first date, what would it be?
anything that I want,
Just pretend we're both rich and we have all the money in the world.
I like to take a trip to Belize.
Belize. Okay, why Belize?
First date?
If we're both rich, we can go whatever we want.
We can do whatever
people do, damn it.
Anything I want, so I'll take a trip to Belize. I want to scope out some real estate because I'm thinking in this climate that I might need to move to the Caribbean, Central, South America.
Okay.
I don't know. It's kind of rough around here. So that's a place I want to go visit. A few of my friends have gone. I'm interested in going there and seeing some real estate.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So you have a passport.
I have a passport on deck. It's ready to go.
Okay. Good.
Do you have a question for him?
Okay. So you only have the one child?
I only have one son.
You have any grandchildren? Do you have any relatives in Atlanta? Or
No, I moved. Well, yes, I moved here in 2017, so I'm not a Georgia native.
okay.
My parents moved up here in 2019, so my parents are up here. My stepdad and my mom.
Okay. That's like, just wanted to get your family history, like as far as in Atlanta area,
Yeah.
So, and what do you like to do? You told me a little bit that you like to volunteer a lot.
Yeah,
for
good causes, like food banks, things like that, but also beer, wine festivals, the Ren Fair, comic book conventions. I'm a little bit of a nerdy guy. So comic book conventions, anime conventions, I like to go out. So I'm like staying home is kind of usually a problem, I think.
Okay.
You like to go out and about?
Go out and about. Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to rush it.
What person are you sociable? Did you like to go out and about? So
Yeah,
Right.
no.
Okay.
I can be. I mean, say occasionally I can be shy. I regress back to when I was like 10 occasionally, but most of the time I'm pretty outgoing. Yes.
Okay. Are you 420 friendly?
420 friendly. I do not smoke, but I have no problem with other people smoking as long as like in my car.
Okay.
You do a little sticky icky icky wee.
I do.
Snoop Dogg would be proud. If we have any, I don't want to rush it, but if we don't feel we have any other questions for each other, we could possibly, sponsor your first date. Any other questions between you two lovely people?
I mean, if they're sponsored first date, I say let's go for it.
Let's go.
Oh, step on over this way. Step on. I'm gonna just ask a final question. So step over there. Okay, perfect right here, and you're perfect right here. All right, my final question for you too. Do you feel this could be a real one connection?
It could possibly be a real one connection.
It's always possible. Yes.
Clap it up for these two. We got a real one connection. Whoa, very good. All right here in the A. So I'm going to take this mic, very good, and your heart goes on that way. So escort your lovely lady off, and y'all go plan that first date. Clap it up for them. I don't know about Belize. I ain't sponsoring Belize now. My budget don't allow all that. But I'll take care of something. All right, let's get ready for our next real one. Let's get ready.